Hey everyone, Farmer Min here. Welcome to this map tour of Woodshire. Hey everyone, welcome to a new map out called Woodshire. This is a new map from Redkeinstus, the same map maker who brought us Altenstein, a great small detailed map that was a lot of fun to have a go at. This map, Woodshire, is kind of set in the northern U.S. My opinion would be like Oregon, Washington area, just by the difference in elevations here. You got some low-lying farmland, mountains in the background, some hills, but this is another great detailed map. Let's take a look at the map before we start. You notice that it is a smallish, medium-sized map. It has 28 fields on it of various sizes, mostly rectangle, square in shape. You do start off with 4 fields on the map: field 2, field 5, 6, and 12, with seasons not enabled. You have all 4 fields are harvestable: 2 barley, a soybean, and a wheat field. There are 3 farms on this map. Where you spawn in is the sheep farm right here. Up to the northeast corner you have the cow farm, and then just below the sheep farm to the south you have the pig farm. There are sell points, many sell points on this map. Just located to the north here you have the McLean Bioglass plant. Towards the central town area, in the center of the map by the shop, you have the spinnery and the bakery. Or the spinnery, of course, you sell your wool. The bakery, you can sell grains. You do have Goldcrest Pacific Grain down here in the southeastern part, along with Mary's Farm Barn, which is interesting because Mary's Farm Barn is down here where you can sell, but also the sheep farm has a sign I'll show you in a little bit here that says Mary's Farm. So, interesting little catch there. And then down on the southern part of the map here, you have Wright Agro-Business on one side of the road and the Stanton Sawmill on the other side of the road. Along with those, you also have a barn sell point at the pig farm for your bales. And along the railroad tracks, you have the Maplefield Mill. This is where you will sell goods by rail car, because this map along the outside of the map contains a railway, which a working train that has hopper bottoms for grain and also lumber cars for your lumber. The lumber is not sold at the Maplefield Mill, but there is a sell point along the railroad tracks that I will show you. So, if you take a look into the garage, you start off with a 1455 tractor, a Valtra N series tractor at 185 horsepower, a loader, bucket, pallet fork, the 1660 combine with header, a tipper trailer, small tipper trailer, you know, the 15,000 bushel one, a small cultivator, small plow, a Converlin seeder and fertilizer spreader, along with a weight, 2 Pottinger mowers, the side mower, and then usually the front or rear mower, the Pottinger windrower, the Pottinger loading wagon, the all-standard Lizard pickup truck, along with a water container. So let's take a look at our sheep farm here where we spawn at. The detail is great, and a lot of this buildings you'll notice from Altenstein, and a lot of buildings from the Goldcrest Valley. But here's the little house, not too shabby, could use some paint, but and then on top there you can see, well, yeah, Mary's Farm, a little sign up there. But if we take a look around the first garage here, we got our standard pickup truck along with a tractor. The one shed here with some various equipment. Another shed back here with more of our grass hay equipment. And over here would be the sheep barn where your feeding trough would be. And of course, as with Altenstein, we do start off with 10 sheep, which is all fine and dandy as long as we're not playing with seasons, because a little hard to feed them in the wintertime. but I had a little bit of a go at this, and this is where you will do your cleaning. And no matter how clean I kept it, I could not get it to 100%. So unless I wasn't doing a very good job, or that just happens to be the way it is the way it is. Around the corner here, you have your water trough for your sheep, of course. And through the barn, or through the little entryway here, you would have your sheep buy and sell point right there. This barn here does have, as we know from Altenstein, the little hay loft up above, which doesn't serve any purpose on this map, but you know, it's the detail is just cool because you can climb up here and see what it's like and have a good old time. And we'll just get down without trying to break her ankle there. Around this corner is where your wool will spawn, right here. You do have a customization point, sell point, right here as well. And I noticed that, you know, the tractors don't fit inside here, but the trigger is out far enough that you don't have to be inside there to make it work. So that's pretty cool. You do have a water point here where you can load your water wagon, but you will pay for it. So that's kind of the sheep farm. It's small, but it's quaint. Stars and stripes flowing in the background, and I really do like it. These are kind of the farms that I like. I don't like the big industrial type farms, which you do see a lot in the U.S. I like the kind of the quaint, the eclectic farms, have you. Just off to the side is field number 2, which you do own. And oh, there's our fuel, where you fuel fill point. And if you're not playing with seasons, you can harvest this right away. This is a barley field that you do own. So that's about it for the sheep farm. There is some trails here which we'll explore here in a little while, but there you have it. Let's take a look at the map and I'll show you what we're going to do here. We're going to, right here, we're kind of in the central part towards the western edge of the map. We'll take this road, come right down this road here, and we'll go north to start with. We'll go by the shop. I'll show you that. Field 5, which we do own, and we'll explore the cow farm. Up here to the edge of the map, there's a couple places up here which I find are kind of cool. And then we'll come back down around, and then we'll hit the east-west road and end on the railroad. So let's just get into our standard kind of Americanized pickup truck here. Like an old Ford F-150 it reminds me of, but that's just me. So we get out of here, and we'll take a left down to the main road, the main north-south road on the map. And you can tell right away, I mean, the detail is just incredible. The difference in terrain, you got a little stone bridge here with a little creek flowing underneath it. Very, very cool. On the left here, you'll notice that you do have this soybean field, which is harvestable, field number 5, which you do own. And I should also point out that if you look at the map, you'll see all these grass areas. They are not numbered, they are not owned. It's like a first come, first serve basis. So you could either use them as grass fields, you could plow them up and turn them into fields. Also on the map down here in the southeast corner, you'll notice this field here, which is not marked, it's not owned. So it's almost just for the taking. And I'll show you that here after a little while. Now let's just cruise down here, and just right away you have a town center. We'll come right back that in a little bit, but let's go left here. And right here you do have the store. And one thing you'll notice about this map is this is very case heavy. There's case banners, there's case signs, there's case posters. Everywhere you see is case. So if you're a case fan or you want to make a case farm, this is the map for you. Right here you do have your customization point right here inside these hazard markings, and the button is right here, of course. you do have a big spa point. That's what the other markings are for, from here all the way down to almost the entrance of the store here. So if you were to go down and reset, I'll just reset the pickup truck here. Whoops, hit the wrong button. Just go down here and reset the pickup truck. It will reset right here at the store. So if you're buying a lot of equipment at one time, you can fill this whole thing up. Across from the store, you notice that you think, hey, look at this. I got all kinds of stuff to start off with. I got pig food, I got seed, fertilizer, liquid fertilizer. Well, sadly enough, these are all just for display. They look like they're for the taking, but I came down here with the loader and I tried to get them off the pallet rack. It's like there's collisions on there where you can't get them off the rack, and even if you brought down a seeder and pulled alongside here and tried to fill it, they don't work. So it would have been nice if they would have been usable, but I think the detail is just kind of cool. It's the little things like this crane parked over here. I mean, it's it adds to the map, it adds to the character. It's pretty darn cool. So let's get back in our pickup truck, and we'll continue to head north. And of course, being that we're in the U.S., we'll drive on the correct side of the road. And you come up to a cool little road here, and you add in more detail, the under construction area, and we'll take a look at that when we come back. But it's just stuff like that that makes the map stand out, makes it different from all the other maps that you have. And fields like this, which are on the hillside, give you a different elevation, challenge when it comes to your planting and your harvesting. But off to the right here is our cow farm. Nice looking house. Just pull in here and we'll take a little walk around. So right away you do have the house with the car sitting out front. Some pallet racking for whatever you put on there. I think when I had a little go of this, I used it for buckets and forks and stuff. But right here you have another customization point. And the same with the sheep farm, you don't have to be inside. So you can use this area for storing stuff. You can park your equipment out here and customize it as the same. The light switch on this does work. Lights do come on. Kind of neat. And also this door opens up. We can go inside to another storage area. Nice little barn. The only downside is this door is so small that you really don't get to use the whole space. But yeah, you do what you want. Light switch does work, of course, as well, and you can open the door to that. So when I had a little go of this, I just parked my combine in there, and it worked. Right around here you have the first of two cow barns, and I'll explain that in a little bit. You do have a feeding trough here for all your grass, your hay, your TMR, what have you. And right here is where you will do your cleaning. So this is where the mess will appear, in this area here. It's a nice barn. I mean, it's different. I like maps where they don't all look the same. Not like a cookie cutter kind of thing. Here is your cow buy point. We'll just buy 2 cows for the heck of it. And there they are. Black and white one. So they're out mooing around. Your water trough will be here. So easy to get to. It's kind of nice. In order to get to the other end of the pasture here, we'll just jump the fence and say hello to the cows. Hello, cow. Yes, very talkative today. So unlike other maps that I've played, that are available for console, you have a second barn, which the cows do come in and enjoy. I have had a go at it, and they do come in here. And you can also drop feed off in here. So the same as the other barn. However, the difference is it does not create a mess here. So you don't have to clean 2 spaces. So you do all your cleaning down there, and you don't have to worry about having to come up here and clean as well. This side, you got another little storage barn there for whatever you feel like it should be used for. Coming around the edge here of the map. You're coming around the edge of the cow pasture, I should say. You have 2 silage bunkers here and 1 back there. Now, I did have a little go at this, and I did fill up the 1 bunker back there. I didn't have any problems with it leaking off the sides. It covered, it uncovered, and it worked just like it should. So that's pretty cool. If you take a look at the field prices while we're here, you'll see this is field 9. It's 2.64 hectares, and it's $213,000. So, you know, I think it's about, you know, fair. It's not really cheap, and it's not exorbitantly expensive. So I think it fits in pretty well. Here's the 1 bunker that I did use that worked just fine. You have 2 other barns here. They're good size. I mean, they work nice. The only thing I noticed is that you can't turn the lights on and off in these. So if you go to the light switch, try to hit it, nothing works. They stay on all the time. Must not have a problem paying the electric bill here. This little thing here, this little barn, if you want to call it, I thought it was pretty cool. I use it as a bale storage place. And playing with seasons, I didn't have any problem with my bales rotting away or anything. You do have a fuel fill-up point there, as well as another barn here, and over here with a seed refill area, and 2 drive-through bays getting out to the main road. I thought that was kind of cool. I mean, it's almost like this one should be like a wash bay sort of thing where you're washing your equipment. I don't know, but I'm sure everybody has different uses for it. But yeah, so many entrances to the farm. You've got 1 down there between those 2 green barns. You got 2 here, and then 1 by the house. So I thought that was pretty cool. Gives you some ways of getting equipment in and out. Actually, another one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 entrances to the farm. So plenty of space to get equipment in and out, and what have you. So yeah, so that's pretty cool. We'll go back to the pickup truck here, and we'll continue down the road. I kind of had a moment there. I thought I put the pickup down on that end, but I guess I was wrong. So we'll hop back in. Mosey on down this way without trying to hit anything. I just hate to destroy this lovely looking pickup truck. You know, I wish they kind of had a... It reminds me of like an old F-150 or something, but here's that field on the side for $213,000. Pretty neat. You get down here towards the north end of the map where the map is going to end off. You got this little area here, which is, you know, I would kind of call it a placeable area. You know, you can use it for what you want, putting in some grain silos, storages, maybe just a barn, or, you know, some sort of placeable area, which can be used, and you don't have to buy it or anything. Continuing north, have a roundabout. Roundabout in the U.S. Yes, we do have them. And here would be the end of the map. The one thing I did find interesting is that the map is right there. So if you do have some big equipment and you're trying to make a turn on the roundabout, you know, you want to keep to the edge, otherwise you'll hit the wall, which I did several times. But coming up here is a kind of a cool area. Across the railroad tracks here. I just think it's neat. It's very different. You have a lumber sell point for the rail cars, along with some extra storage and the crane here. What I found interesting is this little ramp over here, and I had a little bit of a go at it. I cut down some trees and used the new Lieber excavator with the logging fork on it, and I loaded the rail cars using this little ramp. So I thought it was pretty cool, like a little touch. So pretty neato. But yeah, you could use this all kinds of stuff. You know, maybe for your forestry equipment and start doing some logging and in the wintertime or whatever. But you can also get back down through this little road, which takes you to this couple little barns and a water tower, which you can get water from, although it will cost you money. But back down here to the main road. So now we're going back down south. Well, the traffic, at least they're not driving 80 miles an hour and you can't, you're afraid of getting hit all the time, but could speed up here a little bit, buddy. Little area to the across from the farm for storage, and of course lots of grass area that you could either keep as grass or you could turn into fields, plow them under. All kinds of options here. Yeah, we'll go around you. So back past the store, and the sheep farm is right up there off to our right. And here's a little town area, which kind of makes like a little circle through here. And here you will find an ATM machine, although I don't know anybody that uses them. But they're there. And here is the wool sell point right there at the spinnery. You know, it might be a little difficult to get some big equipment in here. You know, the fire hydrant right there. I suppose it does have a collision on it. Yeah, you can drive right over it, but getting a big trailer in there might make it a little bit difficult. But neat. People walking around seem to be enjoying the nice day here. Come out here. I'll just run the stop sign so I don't see an officer. And Woodshire sign, that's kind of neat. A couple little gazebos on the right here and the left. And here would be your gas station, convenience store, petrol station, whatever you want to call it, where you could fill up. Although you do have fuel points at all the farms. And heading south down to the bottom of the map. Before you get to the bottom, you have the sell point here. You have the right agribusiness, where you can sell your grains and also your slurry right over there. Across the road, you have the sawmill sell point, which is tucked around here to the side. So you have your wood chip sell point here, and the crane, of course, which does work. You can use it. And by the hazard markings, log sell point here. So, which is pretty neat. You know, it's just something different. It's good. It's a good text. The textures, the detail. Yeah, I'm a real big fan of this map so far. And on the southern end, you have the roundabout, where the map would end. Somewhere right about here. Here. Yeah, man, there it is. So, just goes out to the lake, and it's really cool. All the water flows in from the lake into the stream that flows through the map. I mean, it's just cool. It really is. But we'll head this way. Another example of a big grass area that you could either use as grass or plow it under for fields. And right here you have a quarry. I would call it a quarry, which I think is just cool. You know, it doesn't serve a purpose for us console players. You know, you really can't do anything. There's no sell points that I'm aware of that I had to play with, but you know, it's just something extra that adds to the character of the map. Of course, you could take that road all the way down in there. Would be a, you know, I don't think this is an egg sell point, just a house, which they must have hired the same architect builder as our house and the sheep farm, because they look just about the same. But this road will end here. But you do have some other grass fields that can be used for grass or plowed under. So we'll head this way. And this area here is not on the map. I mean, it's not, there's no icon, but it's almost like a separate farm where you have storage buildings and you have an elevator, grain storage that you can store your crops in. Drop off point here, pick up point on the other side. And also what's interesting is down here you have this little area with one of those ramps right along the rail line. So you could use it for loading logs, or you could load a hopper bottom rail car by hand, I guess, you know, or payloader or some sort, but plenty of options there. Continuing on. You'll recognize this from the Goldcrest Valley map. Would be kind of the, what I would call like the resort here, right down here along the lake. I mean, it's just a cool detail to the map like this. Right on the lake, there's an egg sell point there. You know, good views, the detail's amazing. The effects on the water. Little barn down there with a fishing boat down there maybe, but all kinds of options. But besides selling eggs, you know, it doesn't really serve a purpose, but then just adding to the map. Whoa, sorry about that, buddy. So continuing down here, you have more open grass fields and more fields to buy, and you do have one of two elevators that would be for your use for storing grains, and that can also be loaded on the train. So I like that idea. I mean, I really do. Yeah, it's not maybe realistic that you own, or narrative, you own two elevators, but you know, you can store your grains, you can load them on rail cars. So I like that idea. If we continue going here, the road will end, but we do have this little side road here, little dirt road here, which takes us to the biogas plant. You know, it's kind of your typical biogas plant. You know, it does the same thing. A little storage shed up there, but you got a couple silage bunkers here. What's interesting is the Silo King is actually inside the barn, so make it interesting when you set up conveyors if you were to sell your silage. But you know, you do have a scale here, and you do have a little shed here. You hear that little noise in the background? Sounds like a generator is running or something, but that door doesn't open, but these two do. So if you have like a payloader down here that you wanted to store or whatever, you do have that ability. So that's kind of cool. Lights do work. So yeah, pretty neat. Pretty neat, I say. We'll get back in our pickup truck. Little circle drive here, so either come in across the scale or come in this way. Pretty neat. Now that comes out right here, and I'll show you on the map where we are. We're right up here. We're just to the northwest of the sheep farm. So what we did is we came out, we went up here to the top, we came back down again to the bottom of the map and made this little turn here, and then came up here. So I'm going to take you straight down here, and we'll go into the pig farm there. A little side map. So now we're just kind of taking a little back road here on the back side of our sheep farm, and this will take you right down here to Emerson's Livestock Exchange. So for buying your animals, would be right in here. Of course, kind of cool. You can either back up in here or pull up through there, though. Back up into there. But this is where you would buy your your animals. So that's pretty much about it. You know, there's nothing else here to really show. It's just the building, the buy and sell point. So, right across the road would be our pig farm. And the pig farm, I think, is pretty cool. I like it. Of course, you have your barn here, which is a sell point for your bales. Right in here. A little windmill there. And your pig pen, your pig corral, whatever you want to call it. You'll notice you got some buildings here from Black Street Modding, the same one on their maps. The old stream farm and your chickens. They're probably doing a pretty good job on the tomato garden, but they're here. And what's interesting is all your eggs will spawn out here. So you don't actually have to jump in here and find them. They're all going to be laying out here. Some in this bucket and here and here. But that's pretty cool. You got some storage in here for your pig barn. As well as over here. And here you will find your silos. So if you look at the silo page, you'll see you do start off with some. You got about 4,600 in wheat, but this, you know, you can read it up there. So about your standard between 4,000 and 6,000 in your silos, which I like. You start off with something. You do have another storage here for like hay, along with your pig buy point. So if we bought a couple pigs, they're in here. These gates do not open, so you can't actually get in there. But you do have your water trough here and your feeding trough here. So just jump the fence. And I really like this. I think this barn is cool. This is where you will put your straw down. You'll see there's hazard markers here. So you just bring in a bale or a shredder, whatever way you prefer to do it, and just get close enough, and this will fill up with your straw. And you do have some extra side over here for storage, and your slurry out here, and your manure will spawn in here. Of course, another one of those ramps that you could, I don't know, load trailers, unload trailers, all kinds of different options for you. So this is the pig farm. If you go down there, there is another barn down there which can be used for whatever you would feel like it. But it's neat. It's neat. I really like this. You know, it's not the same building. It's not the same kind of feel as all the other ones. So, and I'll point out that this field here is not marked on the map. There is no number, but you can go ahead and use it right away. So, come out here. A couple more things we'll look at before we head to the train is we'll head back this way towards town, and if you would take the road to the left here, that would give you a little shortcut up to the sheep farm, but this will take you right back down here by the gas station where we were. So this time let's just go straight across here to another area of town, which would be more of the residential area, I would say. But in here, you also do have the bakery right up here. So here would be another sell point, the bakery, where you can sell your eggs in the front. And this spot here is for water, hence the water tower. So if you do need to fill up with water, you can fill up right here. Oh, sorry about that, buddy. God, you ran right into me. Holy moly. But yeah, here's the bakery. Your drop-off point. Okay, let's just head up here to a couple last spots here before we get on the train. If you stop right up here, this is what they call Mary's Barn and Mary's Farm. Kind of looks like a garden center. You have an egg sell point there. You have seed buy point, fertilizer buy point that you can all use to get your seed and fertilizer and liquid fertilizer. Around here you have the grain sell point for Mary's Farm and a manure sell point. And this is what they would call Mary's Barn. It would be a bale sell point. But that's all in here. You can have plenty of room to get trucks in and out. You can come around the edge like this. Pretty big location, you know, and it's just one of those things where you know, it's a lot of unused stuff, but it just adds to the detail of the map. Looks like they're growing trees in here, like a spruce tree or an evergreen or something. Huh. Interesting. Lettuce. More trees. Very cool. I like it. So yeah, you can sell eggs, seed, fertilizer, bales, and a storage spot right in here. That's kind of cool. Right across the street, this is what they call Goldcrest Pacific Grain. This would be their sell point here. It's kind of small and tight in here, but you can make it work. And then right up here, I'll just drive by here real quick because this would be the end of the road. Another roundabout here. But right up here is the second grain storage elevator that you have that you could use, and also load the rail cars. So we're going to come back to that in just a second. I want to show you one more thing here before we get on the train. Is right back here. I know I'm kind of in a hurry here, otherwise I should be waiting. This little road here kind of goes up. It's a curvy road. Some logging points here. But you can just tell the elevation changes, and really, really neat. Old Glory flying again. But you'll recognize this because this is going to come right on the back side. Little storage point there. I never noticed that before. Of the farms. Of the cow farm, I should say. So if you look on the map, we're right here where the dot's flashing. So just a little bit forward would take you right to the back side of that second cow barn in the pasture. And right here is the road from the main road, the road under construction. So it's just kind of cool. It just adds a little character to it. It's like they're putting in some culverts, and ironically, the culverts will move. So I hit one with the tractor. Hey, look at that. Right in the spot. I should get a job on the road construction. I tell you, that'd be awesome. So I found that pretty interesting. But when you come up here, too bad none of those stuff worked. I mean, they couldn't get them in to start driving around. But you come up here, you have this strange spot right here, which has these different pads, 4 pads. You know, it's almost like it's a placeable area for the big long windmills of the sort. But all this grass in here is able to mow. So there's a couple big grass fields up here, one down there, one up there, one right here, and one up here. So you have plenty of grass space that you can either use for grass, or you could plow it over. But here's that last little elevator. We're gonna hop on the train and take a quick little spin around here before we're done. It's kind of driving bad, but Americans, we kind of do that. We like a little off-roading now and then. So get out of there and we'll hop in the train. Oops. Okay, I guess we'll really hop in the train this time. Start her up. I'm going to zoom way out so you can see the map, and we'll just start the cruise control here. So if you look on the map, we're on the southeast corner of the map. Taking a little load around, up with a little mini map on. Well, I don't go flying by it, but right here, I'll just slow down a little bit. Right here would be your offloading lumber sell point. And I used this and it all worked. I brought in a load, dumped it off, and put it in the hazard markers there, and it sold. So that does work. So if you load lumber on a rail car, that's where you would sell it at, because the railroad does not go by the sawmill. So here's that one roundabout. The sawmill down there. Coming past the quarry. It's pretty cool. I think that is just cool. There's a road leading up from the quarry up into some logging area. If you chose to do some logging area, you can explore that on your own. It's kind of cool. Past the one farm here that we looked at that's not marked, that could be used for something. And off in the distance there, you'll see your pig farm, along with the one elevator and then the cool lake. I mean, that's cool. I guess it's one thing I didn't have, because the lake is within the map, so actually you probably could swim out there to the island, I would assume. I should try that. But there's your one elevator, the BGA plant in the background. Keep going here. Now we're at the northwest corner of the map. Big open grass field there that you could use. And here's the one little area coming up here, which I showed at the beginning of the tour, that you could use for forestry or loading rail cars. That little ramp, which is kind of cool. I almost ran into the tree there, but right here. So see, there's plenty of forestry on this map. There certainly is not going to be a shortage of it. And right down there would be the cow farm. Pretty cool. Right up here would be that area where those big placeable circles are. Like I said, right there's a grass area you can use. Right here in the corner's a grass area you could use. So all kinds of options. And coming up here would be the sell point for anything on rail cars. It would be the Mapleton Mill. So if you load rail cars, you could you sell it here. Just pull right there and drop it off. But that pretty much ends it. I have to say, pretty much covered everything. I mean, there's a few areas that are cool to explore out in the trees and up on the rocky plains, but right back where we started from. So, like I said, it's not a huge map, but it's not small as Altenstein, and the train is pretty cool to see and play around with. So just stop there, get out, and well, that ends the map tour. Well, I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you found it useful, maybe even a little entertaining, or maybe you just found it something new and something different. So if you like it, I appreciate if you give us a like, and please subscribe if you do. But from Farmerman, have a good day and keep her between the ditches.